like it's hard to explain because when you're walking up a hill to go get a picture and you sit with that picture, like for me, whenever I travel to maybe to Swakop or Fish River Canyon, because I just went there recently, I allow the images to marinate for a bit. Let me stay away from the images. Then when I come back with fresh eyes. So that when I am editing this thing, it's a new experience, and then a new look.
Stranger in my house. It's time now for our game changer of the day, our Paratus game changer of the day. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome this individual to 99 FM. He's the founder, creator of Experienced Photography, internationally published social photographer, image smith, and light bender for all you anime fans out there. Opas is in the building.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
No, we're good, Opas, man. First things first, man. I was having a chat with you just briefly off air. We sat about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 4 years ago.
Almost 4 years, thereabouts.
And life was different.
My guy.
You were a student.
Yeah.
You were a photographer, but it seemed like you were still an aspiring photographer. Things were going wrong at wrong times, cameras faulty, whatever, equipment issues. Fast forward from that time when you were a student, you are now Opas, a different beast, same animal. Talk to me, man, for the people out there who don't know you. Who is Opas, man? And what's the difference between Opas the person and Opas the experienced photographer?
Wow, that's going to be a hard one to dissect because there are a lot of similarities between the two of them, to the two personas, if you will. And I think they all string in from different. They have a similar core base, if you will. Curiosity is one, having to make sure it's an enjoyable experience, and having to make sure there's a lot of empathy and compassion in whatever both personas are doing. That's both whether I'm working as a photographer or just me as an individual. So I try to make sure there's a good mix between the two of them to ensure, okay, look, I'm a human being, I approach you as a human being, and then we can all see, okay, look, what are you trying to create? Who am I? What can I learn from you? Because for me, I don't care how old you are. I'm always willing to learn. We're looking to learn. Like I have this whole routine right now where I'm on my 10th book in the year. I mean, I had planned to read 40 books, but I mean, look, it's
ambitious.
I mean, what's this guy's song? Rick Ross. Ambition is in your veins, man.
Ambition is in your veins.
So if you don't really have, if you don't have that foresight, if you don't have that hunger to become more, to be more, then obviously you're only gonna go as far as you can see.
Yeah. 100%. When did you actually pick up photography? Like, when did you get your first camera and say, this is what I'm going to do for my life?
I mean, then we have to go almost 20 something years back.
Okay.
Yeah, because my mom gave me a camera when I was like 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of like, I mean, at that point in time, you're just like, let me just play around with it.
Yeah.
Hold, pose, stay, stand. Let me capture the moments. Like, be in the moment. I always tried, I think from an early age, I understood that I need to always be not in the scene when I'm trying to capture the moments. So that everybody's living as if nothing's happening kind of thing. And I think push forward maybe 20 years from that. No, not 20 years. Maybe 14 years. I was about maybe 21, 22. I'm 31 now. So yeah, my age doesn't show.
No, it doesn't, man.
Yeah, I mean, but anyways, that's beside. But yeah, so after she gave me the camera, then I think I was finishing university. No, I had finished my third degree. Oh, guys.
Third degree. We have an educated photographer here.
I mean, I did go to school, but I mean, photography. It's what's feeding me, is what's driving my passion. Even though I still use the other degrees I have in one shape or form or the other, and in the daily things I do. But then primarily photography, media, and things like that. But anyways, so I had finished my software engineering advanced associate's diploma, and I was like, okay, look, and I've been pestering my mom to get me a camera before that.
Yeah.
So she finally gets me the camera, and I start traveling because I had gone through a traumatic experience in Nigeria where I had escaped a bomb blast, and I was like, look, man, Nigeria right now is not for me. Let me take a chill pill, step back, and see what's happening around the world.
How far back was that?
This was 2014, I believe.
Okay.
2014, yeah. Because I had left in 2014 to Mozambique. That's where my whole global trotter thing started.
Globe-trotting, yeah.
Yeah, you see me here today.
Were you boarding school? Were you
in high school?
Yeah, in Niger now.
Definitely boarding school. It's like a rite of passage. You look up to it because I mean, it's kind of where you meet your peers. I remember the first week after my mom dropped me in school.
Yeah.
She promised that she was going to come back a week after. Me, I was like, okay, look, my mom says she's going to come after a week, and it was actually 9/11. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was like the following week after I got into high school, my grade 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the equivalent of the Namibian version of it.
Yeah.
And when she didn't come that week, I cried for like 2 days because I mean, first time home, I mean,
then you ask around and everyone's like, yeah, my mom said she's coming back too.
My guy, go. The pain.
Man, so yeah, oh wow, man. That's a traumatic experience to say the least.
It's intense, man.
So you head to Mozambique.
Yeah.
What was life like there for you?
Mozambique was beautiful. Literally, it was my first time living on a long period out of Nigeria for a long time because I've lived in other countries as well prior to Mozambique.
Yeah.
So, but then Mozambique was like the year-long stretch.
Yeah.
Kind of to see what's happening.
Like it became the second home.
Yeah, you had to learn Portuguese, the beautiful culture, the food, the sunsets, the beach.
Yeah.
I can go on and go on. But one thing Mozambique taught me was that you have a camera, my guy. You're broke. My guy, go and look for money.
Do something.
Do something with the camera. And that was kind of because I was doing a lot of landscapes, but my hand wasn't necessarily strong at that point in time, if that makes sense. So it was like, okay, I can take pictures. I have a camera. It works, that kind of thing. But there wasn't a technical research behind it. And that was kind of like where I started doing more research about photography, the ISO, all the technicalities about it, and then understanding the principle and how I kind of apply that into the practical, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Interesting, man. Mozambique. I saw it as the African globetrotter that you are. You did something you were featured on BBC Africa.
Yes, I was.
You were a creative director on the project?
Yes.
What was that all about, man? How was that experience?
It was surreal because I had other projects I had in mind lining up to kind of take pictures of, because for me, being a social photographer, I believe that every image I create needs to have a message behind it. It's not just, it can be a fashion, it looks good and everything, but what exactly is the message of saying? Because photography is a tool, it's a medium of communication, so how can I use that to change the lives around me and things like that? So with the project is called Culture on COVID, and the idea behind it was that if COVID had hit us during pre-colonial times, what would it have looked like? How would we have survived? What would we have been able to source from our materials? That's why you can see on the pictures, there's a lot of shrubs on her face, a lot of rhinestones. I mean, nobody.
The diamonds would have been nice.
I mean, if so, why not?
But interesting. No, the pictures look amazing. And the other pictures that look amazing as well were the ones I stumbled across recently. And I actually got FOMO when I saw people posting. We're at the Onucheyo Project. I'm looking at these images and I just want to be there to see them face to face for myself. One of my favorites was obviously Mark. I know him personally. CJ was also there. Like, I saw familiar faces, so automatically drew me in. Squad. You know, squad. It drew me in. But the Onucheyo Project, you are a part of that. How was that experience, and what is the Onucheyo Project for people out there?
So, I mean, I hope when Ori sees this, because she is the person managing, or rather the founder of the whole thing. So we had coffee like a few days before she had launched the whole thing, just kind of get my feedback as a photographer. To see what the pains, gains, and all those things about, okay, if you was to approach a photographer to use, and that's kind of spawned the whole project. So down the line, I think a few months, maybe 2 or 3 months, because all this was this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was not like it was out of the window. So all this was this year, and the idea behind the whole thing was that if you Google African entrepreneurship or anything African work or anything along those lines, you're going to be faced with imagery that is really all our older generational women that are not necessarily privileged in terms of finances, carrying like stuff on their head, people selling things on the road. But this is not African entrepreneurship. This is not. It's the same thing that goes back to where we have the image globally, where there's a fly on a kid's eye, or begging for money kind of thing. But that's not our reality anymore. We've moved from that. We've grown. We've evolved. So the idea was kind of like creating not necessarily a database, but at least creating more content to fill that space. Because if Google does not have those contents and you have to go to Shutterstock or Getty Images, all these paid services to get these images, you're going to have to pay. And not everybody knows about these places to even go and pay to begin with. Or we don't have the resources in the first place. So if we're able to populate the Google database itself, so that wherever you're looking for black creators, black innovators, anything black really, you know, like a simple Google search would provide you what you're looking for.
So just that accessibility and high quality at that. Opas, I have some quick fire questions for you before I let you go. All right? First thing that comes to your mind. All right? You ready?
Yeah.
Would you prefer studio shoots or outdoor shoots?
Guys.
Let's start with the hard one. Studio. Why?
Yeah. I have more control over the environment. I mean, this is quite control freak, but I mean, if I'm able to create the kind of like the BBC imagery, I need to be able to control all the lights or all the environments. I love outdoor as well. It has its beautiful natural light and it has its perks. But then indoor is where you can really push the limits to whatever you need to. Oh, I want one light here, one light there, one light here.
It's where you can really like strategically or like
place the light,
flex your actual
your bend the light, man.
Bend the light, the light bender.
Light bender.
The light bender. Next one, portraits or nature, like your favorite. Now I know you prefer indoors because you have your control. But if you could take one last picture,
landscape. Let's move on to
landscape. Right?
Landscape was my first love. I mean, I started off as a landscape photographer and slowly started because I did an internship at a photography studio, and that was where I was able to maybe build experience working with people because I really didn't like people because you're like, no, I don't like that picture. No, I want that energy. I was like, I don't want that, man. So I was like, stick to my landscape where I know I wake up early in the morning, 6 a.m., go take the picture, and it's done.
Because nature doesn't complain about its beauty.
You understand? It's just there. It lasts for long, and you can really like. It's hard to explain because when you're walking up a hill to go get a picture and you sit with that picture, like for me, whenever I travel to maybe to Swakop or Fish River Canyon, because I just went there recently, I allow the images to marinate for a bit. Let me stay away from the images. Then when I come back with fresh eyes. So that when I am editing this thing, it's a new experience, and then a new look.
100%, man. Lastly, if you could capture one person for the rest of your life, this is the only picture you can take. If you try and take a picture of anyone else, it doesn't work. The camera jams. One person for the rest of your life, who would it be? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Those time, space. Can it be at any period of time?
At any period of time.
Neil Armstrong on the moon.
Oh wow,
my guy, go to the moon or go home.
Go
man.
big or go
go
home.
big or go home.
100%. No, we thank you for coming through, man. You're definitely a game changer. We appreciate not just the person that you are, but the lens from which you see life.
Thanks a lot.
I think it's very important for those things to be documented, you know. And you are a game changer of the day, bro.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, and I hope you guys are doing the things that need to be done.
Lastly, before I let you go, where can we get in touch with you?
Oh yeah, so to your point when you asked me about the portraits, the travel, or the landscape. So I have 3 different channels or 3 different pages on Instagram to tailor to my clients.
Okay.
Because when you meet different people, they have different wants, different needs. So I try to make sure I'm able to personalize my content on a very low level, so that when I approach whoever, everything's already curated. So I've experienced _portraits. That's the past tense of experience, because I believe the interaction you and I, or me and the clients, would have is an experience that I want you to be memorable, irrespective of whatever is happening. So that's experience _portraits, experience _events, and experience _travel.
100%, man. Connect with Opas. He's the guy. You can, I guess, see through the window of his soul through his cameras as well. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. And up next, we have a relative of yours. Can you introduce the song is Feel Good, right? Can you introduce the guy, but in Pidgin?
In Pidgin. Okay, so the guy when I go soon here and Ice Prince, now my guy from way back. We don't take together. The guy even know say we be family, and even as he be myself say we did different countries. Now when he come here, then me and him we feel rub minds. Then once we don't rub minds, we feel move ahead with.
In translation, up next it's Ice Prince with Feel Good on your inspiration station.